Up, up. The sun is already up and we've got lots of work to do today.
5 minuter till. Ah! Why would you push me out?
Zimma, I've woken you enough times to know nothing will wake you if I don't force you out of bed.
Inte ens månprästinnorna var så här grymma. Det är inte ens varför jag kom tillbaka.
Jag hårda dar.
You won't tell if I sleep just 5 more minutes, will you? Thanks.
Zimma, jag svar om du inte stiger upp nu får du yoga och tillaga din egna mat en vecka framåt.
Fine, I'm coming.
You're up! Good. Zimma, since you already know how to spin, you can start working on these. I've got an order that needs to be completed before next week.
These wools are really pretty. Where's your... by the fire. Should've known.
Alif, come here. These are lamps made in a nearby village. Each family makes their own unique design. I need you to refill these lamps with oil. It might be a bit tricky to find the opening since, like I said, each lamp is different. I'm gonna go and get breakfast made.
I know. It has to be strange for you to experience all of this for the first time. It's an enchantment. The cottage is actually the size which you see it like from outside. But when you're as old as her, you tend to collect a lot of things. Like the hundreds of lamps she put you on refilling. So maybe a century or 2 ago she put an enchantment on the house to make the inside bigger. There's another good use for it. Unwanted guests won't see her for who she truly is. Just an old lady living in a small cottage in the mountains. Bit of a hermit. Those who need to know how to find her. Actually, no. Humans don't see the world quite like we do. We see the creatures, the enchantments, or in some cases we see through the enchantments. Even if a human were to enter the cottage, they would only see this room and her bedroom. Nothing else. While we know it's huge, with a cellar and attic to match the size. Humans don't even...
Zimma, get the door. Our customers are here.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you.
Wow, the Lady of the Mountains never have visitors outside of our village.
Well...
Elizabeth, Colette, I didn't think you'd be here so early. Have you eaten?
We wanted to get here as soon as possible, so we left just after we woke up. Brought you new lamp.
You spoil me. Give it to Alif over there. They're refilling the other lamps as well.
Speaking of, who are they? I haven't seen you with guests ever.
I get guests other than you two at times. They just prefer to keep their visits quiet. This is my daughter and her friend. They're staying with me for a while.
You mean the daughter who...
I'll go get some plates.
One moment, excuse me.
Colette, what were you thinking bringing that up?
Everyone's heard the stories. I just wanted to know if they were true.
Are you okay?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I be?
Zimma?
Let it go. Please, Mom. Let's just pretend like it never happened. I'm here to get the plates and to serve our guests. That's it.
All right, then.
It's even more beautiful than I imagined.
You really outdid yourself this time. This tapestry is going to fit perfectly in their new home.
I'm glad to hear. It's Beatrice and Alexander who are tying the knot, right?
Yep.
I must say I didn't see that coming. Those two were always at each other's throats as kids.
Well, you know what they say. Love starts with a fight.
In my experience, that's a cheap excuse for bullying amongst kids. My son would constantly get into fights as a kid, and I can promise you he didn't love any of those girls.
Son?
Though, I'm not sure the wedding will even happen. It's too cold to be outside any longer than a couple of minutes, and Beatrice wants the ceremony out by the lake. That's an hour's walk just to get there.
Yes, it's been a tough winter. Hopefully a short one, though.
Normally humans aren't affected by midwinter like we are. To them, it's just an unusually cold winter.
Oh, and I meant to remind you to stay inside for tonight.
Really? And why is that?
Because my sister is superstitious.
Don't tell me you haven't heard the noises coming from outside.
They're just animals. Nothing to worry about.
It's the winter solstice, the longest night of the year. It is said that the dead come back to drag anyone who dares step outside to hell with them.
Personally, I've always enjoyed the solstice. A good time to reflect. Helps making everything clearer.
What?
Don't you worry about that. You know I have my ideas.
That we do. Anyways, thank you for the breakfast, but I think it's time for us to head back home.
It was my pleasure. And send Alexander and Beatrice my congratulations.
Will do.
Aleph, come here. These two girls gave me an idea. It's time you learn what you're really capable of. Zemma, have you tried teaching them anything before?
Yeah, but it didn't go very well. We were running from Dad's men, and I tried teaching Aleph how to make a guard fire.
That's a very good starting point. A guard fire can be used for a lot. Wake roads, give light and protection. It comes from the tradition, and technically only the men of the guard are allowed to make them, but I don't care what they think. Just be careful who you show the fire to, or it might get you in trouble. Let's try it again now that you aren't in mortal danger.
Do you remember how it's done? Don't worry, I'll guide you. Bring your hands together and rub them against each other as fast as you can. Feel the heat it's generating. Feel your blood pumping through your body and imagine it concentrating all the heat and energy into your hands. And once you feel ready, slowly separate your hands.
Don't get distracted. Eyes off Zemma and focus on what you're doing.
You did it!
Great job, Aleph! Well, that gives me enough confidence in you to allow you to come tonight.
You don't mean the solstice.
I do.
But it's dangerous. Even for you. What if it catches them?